Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I just want to do a quick little talk on the ketogenic diet. I do get asked a lot of questions about it on my Instagram, like a lot of inboxes and stuff, because I have experienced the ketogenic diet, being on the ketogenic diet, and I feel like at the minute it is at the forefront of new diets that are coming through in the fitness industry and in the health industry. So it's just a super quick mini vlog just to kind of inform you on what the ketogenic diet is, how it works, what kind of food and stuff you eat, and how it affected me and how it impacted me in my training. If you do follow me on Instagram, you will know that I did kind of talk a lot about how the diet was working. I talked about how amazing it was when I first went on it, but then I also talked about like how difficult it was to maintain, the impact it had on me personally being on the ketogenic diet, and kind of like did document the whole like up and down of it. And now I'm not eating like that anymore, and I am just kind of intuitive eating. I'm just going to kind of give you a little update on what I think about the ketogenic diet now I've had time to reflect on it. So first thing, people who don't know what a ketogenic diet is, basically it is essentially eating a diet that consists of high fat and low carb. Your only food source is kind of like vegetables and very limited fruits, and your main bulk of your diet is protein and fat, such as like avocado, meat, hummus, cheese, all those kinds of things. I went onto this diet around, let's say, March this year, and initially it was really easy to kind of stick to the diet. I was eating a lot of things like cured meats, I was eating baby bells, I was eating high fat yogurts, I was eating chicken, veg, a lot of things like that. So initially it was really easy to stick to. I was allowed like dark chocolate and stuff like that because I was with a coach at the time who introduced this diet to me and put me on this diet. So at first it was really, really good to stick to. It was really maintainable. It was yummy. Mom. Why would she flush the toilet? Why would she do that? You're so annoying.
Okay.
Yes. I'll go down once I've recorded this if you get out.
Alright.
Essentially your body can run off two fuel sources, one being fat and one being carbohydrate, and what the ketogenic diet is completely takes the carbs out essentially and bumps your fats right up, and that is where you get your energy source from. So when I say take carbs out, you do still have carbohydrates in your diet, but they mainly come from vegetables and fruit. So when I was on the ketogenic diet, like I was saying, first off, it was really easy to maintain. I loved it. I was burning fat so quick. I was stripping down. I was so lean. And at the time I was eating a lot. I was eating meat and I was eating dairy, so for me it was fine. But I personally found as time went on, it got really hard to maintain. Like, it was not doable in the sense of having a life was so hard. Essentially the ketogenic diet is kind of like any diet that has like kind of come forth in fitness and health. So we had the paleo diet, and we have had carb cycling, and we have had Atkins diets and Slimmers World and all things like that, and basically it's just a version of that that is kind of pushed a lot based on your ability to kind of strip fat and how quick your body can strip fat, because you aren't eating carbohydrates. So the pros of ketogenic, I would say, where if you kind of struggle a lot with bloating, if you don't like to eat a lot of carbohydrates anyway, but you really love fatty foods, so you love cured meats and you love cheese and stuff like that, your diet can consist of that, but you have to maintain, so you can't go over on one or the other, if that makes sense. So there's no point trying to do a ketogenic diet saying you're going to run off high fat but then also eating carbs, because all you're going to do is counteract, and then you are more prone, or you will essentially put more weight on. But I would say the cons kind of outweigh the pros. So I found my cravings went through the roof in terms of sugar, in terms of carbohydrate. I found I began to binge eat because I was on such a deficit, and I was only eating vegetables that I really missed, like food. I missed textures of carbohydrate. I missed eating them essentially, and I feel like for me that made me crave them a lot more, and especially sugar. Like, I never used to be a person that really craved sugar, and all my sugar cravings went right up. That was an experience for me. Can't really comment on anyone else. Another thing I found with the keto diet was that although you are running on fats, which per kilogram have more calories, therefore more energy, so it is kind of pushed as like you have got more energy eating this ketogenic diet. You know, you'll be able to do XYZ in terms of training. I found I really fatigued a lot quicker. I felt like I was exhausted a lot easier. I just felt like I had no drive, no go. Especially when it come to cutting and reducing meat and dairy, I really struggled on the keto diet, because a lot of it was like salami and cured meat and cheese, and I couldn't physically, didn't want to physically eat a lot of that, because it is a lot of dairy, which it's another subject in itself, isn't the greatest for our health. And so I just personally didn't like that side of it as well. So that's just kind of a quick summary of what the keto diet is, how it affected me, and what kinds of things I was eating when people are always asking me about it, and kind of how it did impact my training and stuff. Because when I first started, I was like, yeah, I've got loads of energy, but the more time went on, it just become harder. And the key thing with a diet, the number one, okay, so there's two key things when you are eating, and I don't really like to use the term diet, because I just like to eat clean eating, clean foods that aren't processed. That is what a diet is to me. So two key things you want to bear in mind when you are eating is, the first one is calories. If you want to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. That does not matter if you are eating keto, paleo, vegan, full meat. It doesn't matter. You just need to essentially be in a deficit. What is that child doing? That is the main thing. So you need to make sure your expenditure is higher than what you are eating per day, okay, equaling a deficit. Second thing that is so important is sustainability of your eating. So there is no point going on a keto diet if you know in 4 months time you will not be on that diet. You need to find something, a way of eating that works for you, that is sustainable for you in the long term, because fitness isn't just a quick fix, and it is more about like a journey, and it is kind of finding something that you can implement that becomes your everyday life. For me, the ketogenic diet, that was not. I struggled a lot on it, and I wouldn't really recommend people going on it, especially if you are kind of new into training, or you're only going on it because you want a quick weight loss. Because I found when I come off the ketogenic diet, I bloated a lot, my body couldn't really take carbs, didn't really respond well to like pasta, rice, bread. I was bloated all the time, I had issues with the toilet, and my energy was kind of everywhere. So for me, coming off the ketogenic diet, it didn't really work well either. I used to get really bad sugar rushes and stuff if I was eating cakes or biscuits. So they are the two most important things when you are deciding or how you are going to eat, okay? So be in a calorie deficit. Just ignore all this bullshit about skinny coffees, slimmers and stuff. Just comes back down to a calorie deficit. It's so easy. It doesn't matter if you, like I've just said, what kind of diet you're on. You just need to be eating less and burning more. So get up and move, and don't eat as much, basically. And the second thing is sustainability. Are you going to go out with your friends for a weekend and stick to a ketogenic diet? Are you going to order a salad in the winter? And are you going to eat fish and veg, or chicken and veg, or I don't know, friggin' beef and veg, or cheese and veg every day? Probably not, because it's boring. So you need to find something that is yummy to eat, okay? Makes you happy, because food's good. Life's too short to be miserable with food. and you need to think long term as well. Okay, so that's my little vlog on the ketogenic diet. Any questions, message me. You can subscribe below if you like my little videos, and hit me up on Instagram if you are on it, and if you have any further questions. Peace out.